So I recently tried out Loot Swordcraft in rotation to not great success. I think the loss of Opulent really hurt it a lot. But how is it in Unlimited? Now you might think Loot in Unlimited, it stands no chance, but this deck plays a little differently. And it actually did do pretty well. In a recent JCG Unlimited tournament, it placed top 8, and the idea is that you play Barbaros for this play point recovery effect of playing or fusing 7 loot cards this match. So it essentially only costs 1, and then you put it back into your deck with Dramatic Retreat, giving you a 0-cost Barbaros. Then you draw that Barbaros back with King's Welcome or one of your other draw cards. Then you play another 0-cost Barbaros, which then recovers you another 3 play points. If you get even luckier, you can do it again. But generally, that should be enough for you to have enough play points to then just spam out the Dread Pirate's flags for a lot of damage to the enemy face, ideally alongside a Tidal Gunner or 2. If you do that with Roger's effect active, where it recovers you a play point and deals additional burn on the second one, it's pretty much a guaranteed victory. To tech against the other unlimited threats, we have Dawn Splendor to prevent Storm from going face, or at least mitigating their damage. Blistering Angel to prevent invokes, super useful against Burial Rite Shadow, for example. And we even have one of Goddess of Compassion and one of Archangel of Evocation to increase our max defense in case things go too long. Other than that, as you might expect, it's just all draw cards and loot cards to guarantee this Barbaros and Rogers to win the game. All right, let's get into the games, but first make sure to like the video and subscribe. It really does help out. Now, the footage you're seeing here is actually from the current Grand Prix Unlimited event. I'm not showing all the games because one person auto-conceded when I won with this, which is crazy. Like, I played Deep Sea Scout on turn 1 and they just dipped. I think they were mad. So we're just gonna show the games that are actually real. Deep Sea Scout comes out turn 1, and it's not a thing that you usually save for like a super combo turn. Maybe you save one Deep Sea Scout for a Rogers actually, but in this case I just wanted to draw through my deck as much as possible to get my combo pieces in hand, because this is a combo deck, right? And the more draw engine you can put down, the faster you get the pieces you need to actually win the game. We are fighting against Spell Boost Dimension Shift here, with the Arctic Chimera as an additional spell off of Familiar's Pact. So I'm aware that my timer is around turn 5, turn 6 potentially, unless they like brick, which is possible. I played D-Shift in Unlimited and bricked plenty of times before. We have the one of Barbaros in hand, so now we're just looking for Rogers, right? Because Rogers and Tidal Gunner is pretty much going to guarantee a win, like I said in the deck profile. And we're only at 2 fused so far. The good news is we have tons of ways to get more loot. For example, Usurping Spineblade can deal with their threat while generating a loot. Ultimate Hollow is a loot card that's main deckable, so I can just fuse that right away. And they do end up playing a 3 defense guy, huh? How convenient. Usurping Spineblade goes ahead and takes that out. And I'm going to play Sunny Day Encounter to draw a Tidal Gunner. I play the Sunny Day Encounter before I get another Sunny Day Encounter because I actually don't want the trees to clog up my hand. And I just fuse to make sure I don't overdraw. Now I have the Rogers active for the Evolve turn. So the idea is Rogers turn 5, Barbaros turn 6 win, and hopefully they just don't have D-Shift by that time. It is a bit stressful though, because turn 5 D-Shift is definitely possible, definitely real. Rogers comes out this turn every single time because it's super important to get that effect for your Barbaros, which is why you can tutor it. You know, only one Rogers, only one Barbaros, that's all you need. And let's take out this Chakram Wizard. If I was doing this game over again, I probably would have just run the Cannoneer in as well. And I probably wouldn't have played this Tidal Gunner. I kind of panicked because I realized that the Cannoneer was on my field and I didn't want it to be. Then I just played the Tidal Gunner hoping that I could just set up for a Barbaros OTK immediately the turn after. Thankfully, they give me my Tidal Gunner back and don't kill my Rogers. And at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, it's GG, all right? So Barbaros come out, and this is why Kaleidoscopic Glow a lot of the time has been cut up to just a one of in a lot of D-Shift lists, because while it's good against some decks, a lot of the time it does just screw you over. Barbaros come back as a 0 cost, and the game plan is executed perfectly here. Flag, 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 Rogers face, that's perfect lethal, baby. So here I'm up against Haven, and I was really wondering what was gonna happen, because the last Haven I fought in this GP auto-conceded against me. So I'm like, is it really that bad of a matchup for Haven to fight Loot? Let's find out. But you know, there's a lot of Havens running around. There's Heal, there's Yatalant, there's City of Gold, Unariel. So I was wondering what was going on, and it turns out it's Ward. And this is not the first Wardhaven I've seen this week. I don't know why it's suddenly popular again to play Wardhaven. I don't know if like a Japanese YouTuber maybe made a video about it or something, but there's a lot of them for some reason. Anyway, Deep Sea Scout on turn 1 to just try and get a draw engine up, and I use the Spine Blade to take out your lungs so that they can't accelerate their Groundskeeper as fast. It's important for me to actually be able to deal with the board so I don't get aggro down before I can get my combo off, right? So they play Enchanted Knight here, try and accelerate their Groundskeeper even more. I'm just looking for better cards. Deep Sea Scout does help me draw through and deal with this threat a bit. I do have to sacrifice one of my Deep Sea Scouts, but that's okay. I'm pretty much just using her for a draw engine and not, you know, a combo piece, right? So go ahead and take that out. Out comes the Horsey and another Knight. And thankfully they didn't have another 1-drop. Okay, Dramatic Retreat is found. Now I just have to find my Rogers and my Barbaros. I don't know why I forgot her name there for a second. She's the most important card of the deck. And I actually do spend this Tidal Gunner here just to clear the board, because the biggest weakness of this deck is like getting aggro down before you can get your combo pieces together, which I feel like is also the weakness of the deck in rotation, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, they end up doing this to get the draw off of Karmaya and then manually evolve it. But this means that Yorlung doesn't evolve, so I'm not sure if this was the best play. I am able to clear this because this King's Welcome draws me a 3-cost Rogers. Now that is stonks, all right? Easy clear. I'm sweating a little bit because I'm like, where's Barbaros? I have the pieces in hand except for the most important one. But the good news is that with Sunny Day and Pompous, I do have a lot of draw. Let's go ahead and use that. There she is, baby. Get rid of that Haggler's Gambit. It's a bit expensive at 2 play points. We're gonna have a lot of 1 play point draws anyway. And we have Tidal Gunner, we have Barbaros. We're pretty much set. How much fuse are we at? 5. We have 2 boots in hand. Easy clap. So they have a huge board here, but it's not gonna be a problem because out comes Barbie. All right. Barbie and I guess Rogers is Ken in this scenario. Go ahead and clear this board with the Barbaros Evolve effect. Not that it even really matters because I have OTK here anyway. But, you know, it's a good habit to ingrain just to make sure that you're getting the most out of your cards. Dramatic Retreat, put that back. King's Welcome, get it back, put it down, go back up to 6 play points again. Tidal Gunner, Deep Sea Scout, and Quadruple Flag should be the nail in the coffin. Ba-bam, 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 wham-bam, thank you, ma'am. And it just keeps on trucking. It's a strong combo, and it feels super satisfying to do. This match I almost don't want to show because it's a little sad. My opponent was playing Calamity Portal, which is not good. But it was entertaining, so here we go. We got the Rogers in hand right away. That's an auto keep. Thank you. Keep that Roger so that my draw cards are more likely to get Tidal Gunner and Barbaros. As usual, I land the Deep Sea Scout on 1, knowing that they probably don't have an answer to it on turn 1. They play the Calamity, and this is the point where I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm a little worried at this point, right? I know that Calamity is not a super strong deck by any means, but I'm worried because if they actually do get the chance to invoke their Calamities and their Ruiner of Edens and all them, that their max defense is gonna get out of hand, and I'm not gonna be able to OTK them with my Barbaros combo. So, in my mind, I'm like, I need to draw Glistering Angel ASAP to prevent the Dreadnought invocation, right? They play Vermidea here, which does break my heart a little bit because Vermidea does accelerate their 5-cost destroyed count. And if you guys didn't know, the point of the deck is to get a bunch of 5-cost plus followers destroyed to invoke the Dreadnought and the Ruiner of Eden to get like a bajillion max health and a win by attrition. And I didn't have an ability to destroy the 3/3 here, which really hurts, but also I don't really care that much because I don't really mind if they have max health at this point as long as they don't increase their max health past 20 so that I can still kill them with Barbaros. So I'm saving the Glistering Angel to make sure that I have it to prevent an invocation, which is at 5 cost followers destroyed. And so far they're not there yet. They're only at 1. So like I'm like whatever. Rogers, come out. Go ahead and deal with this. No worries, no problem. I do end up spending the Tidal Gunner, I believe. Yes, which might have been a mistake because, again, Tidal Gunner is a great combo piece, but once again, I am worried about getting aggroed down as a... I know that they're playing a control deck, but, you know, if they land Vermidea, and then they play a bunch of, like, you know, cheapo guys, and if they do manage to invoke, then I'm really in trouble, right? I just get taken down board-wise. So I decided to use the Tidal Gunner just to keep myself alive. I can't do my combo if I'm dead, so that's my sort of reasoning there. They play Nilpotent Entity, which shouldn't be that big of an issue. It does prevent Barbaros Storm from being a huge deal, because it does reduce the damage down to 3, but, you know, flags deal 3, so that's really all that really matters. Dawn Splendor, yet again, instead of Blistering Angel, because they're not yet at 5 cost followers destroyed. And I'm saving that Glistering Angel for when that eventually happens, because that is going to be relevant later. And yep, just go ahead and get the damage in right now. Now, they are out of cards in hand, which at this point in the game, I'm like, I'm probably going to win, because they didn't get a draw card. But I didn't get my Dramatic Retreat, so I think I might have pulled the trigger a little too early here by playing this Barbaros. But I saw the ability to do tons and tons and tons of damage here, and I didn't want to wait too long because I know that if the game drags out too long, they're probably going to win. Although I was not feeling super threatened because they have no hand, still I went for a lot of damage here. And looking back, I probably should have held back and kept the Barbaros in hand because they end up being able to clear. That being said, with the Rogers effect, I know that I'm going to be able to take them down if they don't heal, and they don't heal. So the Rogers effect is going to seal the deal here. Grand Acquisition gets me a ton of loots. Glistering, necklace, boots, GG. Man, they unfortunately didn't draw their draw cards. What can I say?